forgot chapstick. Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to my bathroom, where we are going to have a chair chat, non-chair chat. Because I'm not sitting in my chair, but let's have a chat. Shall we? We are in my bathroom because I'm ready for a change. It is hair change time. I feel so ridiculous talking to the camera because, again, it's been a while since I have talked to the camera. I've had a lot of thoughts about it lately. Why does it feel so hard to just be myself? I feel like I have to be entertaining. Sometimes I can be entertaining and stuff, and then sometimes I'm just like monotone, kind of just like I'm just here. I have felt the pressure to be really energetic and alive and fill the screen with energy, which is great when I'm feeling that way, but right now I'm not really feeling that way. I figured that I've got a lot on my mind and it takes me a while to dye my hair, so I thought, why not have a chat while I'm doing that? This is the first time that anyone is going to be able to see me dye my hair. I have been dyeing my hair myself for longer than I can remember, 10 plus years. I realized I could save a lot of money by doing that, and I could choose to change the color anytime I wanted and choose exactly what color I wanted. So that's kind of where it started. I am in no way a hairdresser. I do not really know what I'm doing other than what I know hairdressers have done to me and maybe videos I watched a long time ago on how to dye your hair yourself. So, no judgments. How I do it is probably pretty janky. Just be my friend and don't judge me, okay? And if you want to judge me, then you can go bye-bye and judge me in your head all by yourself, okay? I don't know how chatty I can be until I like really get situated. I gotta brush out my hair, I gotta mix the color, I gotta put Vaseline all over so when I paint all of my skin red, it won't stay that way. Also, I am learning from my mistakes where I get really cold while I'm doing this because normally I'm in a tank top. That way I don't really get on my clothes. I don't have a gown or anything. But then I was like, well, I haven't really worn this flannel very much, so if I get paint on it, do I care? Not really. Also, I have a heating pad at my feet because work smarter, not harder. I covered it with a towel, that way no hair dye will get on it. I'm using my little tiny circle lights to help the light situation in here. It's not cute in here. It's really not. Like, we've tried, but it's not really. It doesn't feel nice and cozy. So I just thought that I would put a fun light on in the background because fun lights always make me feel happy and joyful, and so just look at the light. Just don't pay attention to anything else except little Scully guy. He's gonna hang out with us too. I'm sorry that it's not perfect in here, but I'm sorry I'm not sorry. And also, I've got my little ghosty mug with some tea. It was warm when I got in here, but then it took me so long to set things up that's not warm anymore. Okay, I have never recorded myself doing this, so I have to focus hard and pay attention to what I'm doing. Before I do all the painting of myself, I think I'm going to fix my hair because I gotta get it all in quadrants to help myself dye it a little bit easier. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. This is just the process that I've done for a very long time, and seeing that I get compliments on my hair, which thank you so much everyone for the compliments on my hair. I'm guessing that it looks okay. So I'm just gonna keep doing it the way I've been doing it. Okay? And if anything, then you just get to enjoy laughing at me, or laughing with me, because you're not gonna laugh at me because we're friends, right? So friends don't judge friends. I've got a lot of hairspray on my hair, which I really try not to do right before I dye my hair, but oh well, it's happening. I get it all brushed out. It's gonna be different doing it with a flannel on, because I'm probably gonna make a mess of things. This is gonna be really fun for you because you're gonna get to see me looking like a silly goose. Yes, I am 5 years old. Welcome to my world. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me for a chat. Thank you for hanging out with me here. I hope this is entertaining for you. My bangs are super long. Not sure if I'm gonna cut them after. I look like a wet puppy. No judging yourself either, Sarah. Excuse me. Organize the hair. I didn't realize these were sitting underneath the camera, but they were. Got my rubber bands. Going to divide my hair. This will probably be a long video because this takes me a long time to do. Can't see if my bangs in my face. This takes me a long time to do, especially because I'm talking to you, so I'm really not very well focused. So I'm probably gonna get really distracted quite a bit and lose what I'm doing and just take that much longer to do it. Welcome to my brain. Welcome to my world. Mirror. So it's kinda getting there in the middle. It's a big wad of hair. I want to try to disperse it somewhat evenly, but I always start with the top when I dye it, so I don't mind there being way more hair on top than on bottom, so I can just whip through the bottom real quick at the end. Sorry if I stop talking, because if I turn around and talk to you, you might not even be able to hear me. I'm probably just gonna sound like I'm mumbling, which I probably already sound like I'm mumbling because I talk really quiet anyways. Wow, this video is already 10 minutes. I get so nervous doing this with someone watching me that I just start babbling. And now it's crooked again. I didn't even touch it. There. Gosh. I know it's not great to begin with, but like, at least, come on, phone. Bright lights, hard to see. It's totally fine. Actually, this was silly. I forgot to split it first all the way down. See? I'm already distracted. You gotta just laugh at yourself, right? Just gotta laugh at yourself. Also, like, it really doesn't have to be perfect. Just getting the gist of 4 different squares. This is really hard to see while I'm holding the mirror myself and with the lights in my eyeballs. So let's see how close I got. That's fine. It's good enough. Okay, let's go back to where we were a minute ago. Yeah, that's quite a bit of hair. Don't need that much. You let me know if this You let me know if this stops recording, okay? Because that would suck. Also, I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna show this to anyone. I don't know if I'm actually gonna put this up online. If you're watching this, then I put it up online. If you're not watching this, then I didn't. We'll see. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. So now, let's get this little bit into a tiny little bun so that it gets out of our way. What's happening up there? I don't know. It's getting a little funky. Got my first little bun, because we need to be able to reach all those roots all the way around. So I'm gonna hit the roots first and then take out each bun, dye that section of hair. Isn't this so thrilling? I promise we're gonna have a chat. I'm gonna talk about stuff. Just give me a second. Isn't this so cute? We gotta laugh at ourselves, right? Because life is tough and it's already too serious. So we gotta laugh about stuff. Where's my mirror? Try to line it up with what's happening on the other side. Just a lot of trial and error, you know? Also have clips to help the process. It's hard not having all the hands. I'm having a harder time doing this today. That's fine. Ramona sent me a reel. Well, hello. I was just thinking of you. Some days you just get those straight lines right away, and then some days it just takes so much effort to get it, to do what you want it to do. I think normally I have my mirror set up here, but I've got my fun light there, so I can't put it there, so I have to just hold it with my hands. So all over the place. Ben is seriously home already? I was doing this because he left, and now he's home, and he's gonna hear me talking to myself, and that's super embarrassing. Hope he doesn't have to go potty for a while. That's what's nice about having the in-laws living just upstairs, is then we technically have another toilet to use in case of an emergency. Hopefully he'll go up there and hang out and not hear me talk to myself. Or he's gonna go to his room, turn his TV on real loud, and then you won't be able to hear a word I'm saying. But it's fine. It's all good, right? You don't necessarily need to hear me talking while we're having a chat, right? I also don't even have to make it a chat video. I could talk on top of it. I could just put music. I got options. I got tools. I'm gonna use my tools and use my options. Okay, what's the damage? Whatever, close enough. Use this a little bit here. I'm not sure what this is doing, but it's fine. I think you can see, got 4 little squares to work with. And that helps a lot because we gotta get all those roots. And I'll do my bangs first. But before we get to the paint, we've got to, oops, never ends. We've got to put some jellies on our skin, so when I make a mess of myself, it won't dye all of my skin at the same time. Helps to be able to wipe it right off. Sometimes I do make a very big mess, and because you're watching, I will probably make an even bigger mess by accident, not on purpose, just because I'm not as focused. Usually I'll listen to a book or a podcast or just music. I definitely put this all over my neck because I don't even know what I'm saying. Just gotta get it all on my ears, behind my ears, on my neck, on the little sideburn areas. Anywhere the dye is gonna go, everywhere that we don't want it to go. Easier. Yikes. Now my feet are too hot. Turn down the heat. That's cute. I think I'm gonna go quiet for a little bit because Ben is here. So yeah, I'm bummed I couldn't just have a complete stream of consciousness. Honestly, that would have been probably pretty entertaining because when I'm just talking to myself, I really get lost in my thoughts and go on so many more tangents. I'm recording this way later, so I'm just going to talk about what was on my mind at the time and just chat about that. The gist of how I've been feeling is that I'm just really tired. Tired in every way. Nathan, I'm speaking. Thank you. No need to yell. Thank you. So, this is a new color I've never tried before. It is called Red Fire. Never tried it. I've tried this brand many times, and I love the colors that come from it. Just stirring up my little witch's brew of hair dye. So this will be a brand new color. We will be, what's the words I'm looking for? We will be seeing the results together. This stuff smells very strong. It'll clear out your sinuses. This is fun having you here with me while I'm doing this because it's going straight into my eyeballs. Because it's a fun process, and it's fun to have people here with me doing it. You ready to see what happens in this crazy transformation? Is it straight? Okay, already making a mess, and I've barely gotten started. It's fine. Let's do it. It wasn't until about April that, kind of a spur of the moment decision, all of a sudden decided that I was going to do art markets. For the first time, I hadn't really planned to do it, but an opportunity came up and I thought it was time to challenge myself and put myself out there. I had all the art done. I just had to figure out my display, figure out how to print it all, figure out how to brand myself, just a few small details, except not. For a month and a half, April and May, I went hard on preparing for my very first art market. And I knew I'm not just gonna work this hard to do one art market. I'm really gonna try to give it a go and see what happens. Well, I had so much fun and I really put my all into it, and my mom and Nick really enjoyed doing it with me, so we said, okay, all hands on deck. Let's do art markets this summer. And we ended up doing, I think, 11 markets in 3 months. Yeah. For someone who's never done art markets before, that was a lot. And it was exhausting. It felt like a lot. I don't know if it seems like it to other people who have never done art markets, but it is not a small task. It is a lot to not only get yourself to make art, then you figure out how you want to brand yourself as a business. Your theme, your vibe, the gist of what you're about. And then you have to figure out how to print all that and package all of that? And then how are you going to display it? And where are you going to have art markets? Are you going to get accepted to the art markets? And you have to figure out, how are people going to pay for stuff if they're actually going to buy my art? And what things can I have that could be interactive and fun? It's a lot of details, to say the least. And not only that, but then you have to pack all of these things up in your car, then take it to the destination, unload it all, set it all up, have hours of standing there talking to people, sharing your art, having amazing conversations, meeting amazing people. It's fantastic, really. It changed my life. It's incredible. I don't regret it. But then you have to, at the end of that exhausting day, pack it all back up, load your car, drive home, unload your car, try to put things away in a place that's not just lying on the floor everywhere in your house, even though you are so freaking exhausted. And I am in no way complaining about this process, because I honestly, truly enjoyed it so much. It was so much fun. But I just want people to realize what actually goes into artists and creatives showing up for themselves and showing up for their art and showing up to these markets and what it entails. Because, well, I know that people are very grateful for these artists, but I want people to understand what we and other artists actually have to go through to make this happen. So much goes into this, and it's a lot, and it feels like a lot more when you have to pay a lot of money just to be there at the market, and then you don't even make the money back. And that's so disheartening for how many hours of work you're putting into it. To not even make money, or to lose money, or to only make like $5, that's stressful. So yeah, not complaining, but really just think about the artists when you're going to see them at their booths. Every little smile or word of encouragement that you can give to them helps so much more than you know, because they go through a lot to be there. And yeah, they need the encouragement. I'll get into more about my experiences with my 11 markets thus far, but for now, we'll just keep going. So it felt like a lot. It felt like it was so fast. Everything was moving so fast. Time was moving so fast. I didn't feel like I could keep up. My body was getting so exhausted. I still don't really know what struggles my body has. If I have any kind of underlying condition. I mean, the exhaustion that I feel is not normal, and I know that now, and I'm trying to figure out what that means and what exactly is going on in my body. I know there's a lot of factors, like the trauma that my body has gone through in my life, and the fact that now I know I'm on the spectrum, and my digestion issues. There's just a lot going on, and also the fact that I'm a woman with ovaries, and that is a lot in itself. So I definitely have chronic fatigue. What else it could be, I have no idea. But we're gonna figure it out so that I can take care of my body. But for now, this is all I know. That I am just overly exhausted all the time, and I cannot function like everybody else can. I cannot work a 40-hour work week without getting sick. Legit, my body breaks down and starts to get ill. So yeah, something's going on. And it's always been this way for me. And I just thought that for some reason I am the weird one who's not normal, and I just can't keep up with everybody else who is normal. But now I'm realizing that that's not really the case, and also society is kind of built for us to fail at that, because we shouldn't be working the way that we are. And I think over the past few years, a lot of people have been realizing that that is true for them as well. So, yeah. So besides being tired from all of the above, I feel tired of so many other things. Instagram and social media feels yucky. I have really tried so hard to not be influenced by the algorithm and the formulas, and you should do things this way, and this is what works, and you want to grow doing blah 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 blah. I really just tried to do it my own way and do it for myself. I originally started an Instagram because I thought it would be fun to kind of scrapbook my life in pictures. And then social media really blew up and became a whole monster of its own. Yeah, it's really great for getting your business and your art out there, but it just has become out of control and overwhelming and stressful, and I have felt so confused on how to show up in a way that keeps feeling like me and not giving in to the pressure. And it all has just felt so yucky and gross. And, you know, of course, like, some things are good about it, and it's really fun, and it is so inspiring to see what other people are creating. And I love following the artists that I found on there. But I don't know, it just wasn't feeling good for a very long time, and I think that is the main reason why I was so sporadic about posting things. You know, I would want to share my journey to help inspire other people, but then I would feel gross about it, and then I would disappear, and I'd have to rethink it, and just, because I would go from like, oh my gosh, I hate this so much, I don't want to do it, and then I would be like, ugh, but it's encouraging me and motivating me, and I'm encouraging other people, and I'm making new friends on there, and I'm feeling so inspired by it, but then ew, I hate it, I can't, I don't want to do it, just back and forth, and like, I don't want to play games, I just want to be me, and I want to live life, and I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to just be working around the clock, or, you know, just being so concerned with the things I have to do to make it in this world, because that just takes away from the realness of who I am, and my focus gets crazy, and it just doesn't feel good all the time. So I'm trying to figure out what feels good for me, what gives me a good balance for my life, and still putting myself out there, though, because I know that's what I'm meant to do. So yeah, there's that whole topic. And then I have been having to heal a lot of really deep stuff lately. I have always been trying to heal and grow, but especially the past year, it's been just crazy. Somebody pushed the fast forward button, and I am up against my darkest shadows. That is why I found it necessary to go back to counseling, and I'm doing it twice a week, once with Nick, so that way he can better understand where I'm coming from with my trauma, and so we can gain tools together to help me heal from it. And also, you know, he's got his own things in his life that he could use help with as well. It's not just about me. And then I have my EMDR, which is so incredibly helpful, but wow, does that really bring you back face to face with the intense memories and feelings that you went through in the past and probably tried to push down or forget or move forward from. Nope, we're going back and we're facing it and we're healing it, and it's gonna be really good when we get through that process. But I am barely at the beginning. I've got a lot more work up ahead of me. So that has been really difficult and really exhausting. It took a toll on me when I lived it in the first place, and now I have to walk back through that on top of starting businesses and trying to live and enjoy my life and my partner and my family, and trying to stay focused on loving myself rather than hating myself. It is not easy to be human. Am I right? I never want it to seem like I'm complaining or I'm just dumping my problems on you guys. That's not at all what I want to do. I just want to be honest and vulnerable because I know that it helps me when I see other people talk about their struggles, talk about their journeys and how they're navigating it and getting through, and how there is hope on the other side of all of these hard things. Because there is. I feel so much hope. And I know I'm going to get through all of these difficult things. And I'm gaining tools along the way that are really helping me heal from the past, get through the present, enjoy the present, and prepare for my future. So I am extremely grateful for my life and all of these things, and I know I am so incredibly blessed with the life that I have. I know it could be so much worse. Like, my problems are so small in the grand scheme of things. It really is. I know I've got it good. But I've got to be honest with myself that I've been through some hard stuff. And it affects me. And it's important that I deal with it because I want to be a whole person. I want to heal. I want to be my full self. I want to love my life more. I want to love myself more. I want to be able to love the people around me more. So there's that. And then this isn't really something I've mentioned on here yet, I don't think. But in the past, 4 years, I have had 5 miscarriages. And obviously, or maybe not so obviously to the people that don't know me, I don't have any children. I desperately want to have children. I have always felt like I was meant to be a mom, and I want to be a mom. I am grateful that I'm older and have not yet become a mom because I've been able to focus on myself, focus on my relationship, and heal and grow. But yeah, I mean, it's not even like we were trying, kind of just happened. And going through 1 miscarriage is traumatizing enough, let alone 5. And it's really hard to validate what I went through with that, because it feels like now that time has gone by, now that my body has healed, mostly, I'm guessing, because I did just have one recently, this past summer, while I was doing all the markets. After some time goes by, you start to wonder if you were just crazy and you just imagined it all and it didn't actually happen. Because I was lucky enough that all of them were early pregnancy. They were not far along. I never heard a heartbeat. I did not have to deliver an unborn baby. That I cannot imagine. For the people who have had to go through that, you are the strongest human on this earth. because the toll that takes on you physically and emotionally is incredibly difficult. And I'm so sorry if you have had to go through any extent of a miscarriage. I don't wish that on my greatest enemy. It is one of the worst things you can go through in your life. And I hope that I don't have to go through any more. But I'm not certain because it seems to be a pattern. And I have actually really had to come to terms with the fact that maybe I will never be a mom. And that was so hard for me to process. I know that people have had multiple miscarriages and gone on to have multiple children. Doesn't mean anything necessarily about being able to have a kid. But it feels awfully discouraging when you just keep having one after another. And it was the first time that I ever thought, like, I don't know if my body is capable of having a child. And so now, I've gotten to a place where I have been okay with the fact of thinking that I might not be a mom. There's pros and cons to both. So I feel okay with whatever's meant to happen, because what happens is meant to happen, and it's just what's gonna happen, and I can't do all that much to control it. Sure, there's things like adoption and surrogacy and in vitro.
Boy, I know.
But
yeah,
that's a huge one to deal with.
I'm right here.
I've also been having so many digestive issues. I can't talk anymore already. I only know for sure that I have had gallstones. I have crazy, chest attacks where it feels like, I'm not exaggerating because this is how the doctor explained it to me, that it actually feels worse than a heart attack. And I've had more than I can count over the past 3 years. And when that happens, I can't eat for days. I actually lose quite a bit of weight, and eating again is really difficult because my body is in so much pain from eating, and it can't process food. So, feels like I'm starving to death, and all I want to do is eat, but I can't. So, yeah. That makes living your life kind of complicated. Another thing that's been going on is one of my cats just died. I don't know if you know that I had cats. I actually got 2 cats when I lived in Washington, and when I moved back to Portland, my mom kept them and took care of them for me. And so that means I've had them for 8 years, I think. And one of them just died. because they were having health issues, and I have not even been able to think about, let alone grieve, that yet. It's really hard for me losing a pet. Pets feel like family to me, and it was devastating, and I haven't even been able to feel that grief yet. Which I'm sure is gonna hit me pretty hard when I do start to feel those emotions. And then, on top of all of that, I am just trying so hard to listen to where my path is leading me. I try to be so intentional with my life and my decisions and have my goals in mind so that I know where I'm trying to get to, and this dream of the chateau is it's the goal, it's where I'm trying to get to, and it's not an easy or slow process, and it's not something where I can open up a book and here's the steps on how to get there. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I've never done anything like this before. This is the biggest project, biggest dream that I've ever gone after. I have no clue what I'm doing. Luckily, I have Nick and my mom who are going through it and wanting this dream with me. But I second guess myself so much that, oh my gosh, I'm going too slow with this process. Am I doing the right thing? Am I taking the right steps? Am I taking advantage of the opportunities that are coming my way? But oh my god, all this other stuff on my plate feels like it's slowing me down. And am I ever going to get there? Am I self-sabotaging myself? There's just so many thoughts that come along with this and with chasing your dreams, and I'm sharing this because I know I'm not the only one who's feeling this way. I know that I'm not the only one who questions themselves this much, who has these really big, seemingly unachievable dreams. I know I'm not. And this is the stuff that we don't get to see when we see people going after their dreams. We only see the success they're having. They're so happy and it's all working out and they've got money, they've got success, they've got the dream. Okay, but that's not realistic. That's not what actually goes on behind the scenes. This is what goes on behind the scenes. Life is happening. Struggles are happening. You're having to heal from a lifetime of whatever you've gone through. All this is happening. All the meanwhile, you're trying to pursue something that you love and that you feel in your bones that you're meant to do. And you have no idea what you're doing. This is the journey. This is what it looks like. These are the moments that you have when you're trying to go after your dreams, and I just want to share what's behind the curtain because boy do I feel crazy sometimes. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm a failure and I can't do it. These negative things, I don't feel these negative things 24/7. But I have to work through those thoughts and emotions to be able to get to any small moment of success, let alone the big successes. And I just want to tell you that you're normal. What you're feeling and what you're going through is all normal. And if anyone tells you different, then they are just really in denial and trying to cover up the fact that they're human, because this is a human experience and it's not easy, and we're all just doing our best and trying to figure it out, and nobody knows what they're doing. That's what I'm learning, is that literally no one knows what they're doing. We're all just trying to make it up as we go, and we take things as they come, and we see what's in front of us and make the most of it. And that's it. And the key to success is solely in the fact that we don't give up. Just don't give up. Just don't stop moving forward. Sometimes moving forward looks like you're standing still and like you can't get off the couch and you can't even tell yourself one word of encouragement because you're so exhausted and discouraged. But you're still moving forward because you're facing it. The tiniest step forward is still a step forward. You just have to keep going. And it's the people who keep going and don't give up that find success. That success could look quite a bit different than what you imagined. It most likely will. But you will still find yourself amongst success. And I'm not just talking about financial success. I'm just talking about achieving your goals and your dreams and some version of your life that feels better than where you are now. Being a little bit happier, a little bit stronger, a little bit more healed, a little bit more in love with yourself, a little bit more in love with your life, and being able to see the beauty of it. That is success. The financial is just a bonus. Yeah, we all just want to make it and not feel like we're just surviving every day. But it's possible, and we're gonna get there, okay? Because if you're still listening to this video, then you are one strong human being. And I know that you have it in you and that you are not gonna give up. So let's do this together. Let's keep going. Let's find the life that we never thought we could have. Find the life that exists in our dreams. Find our voice amongst all the noise. And we're gonna make it. I'm gonna keep doing DoorDash in the meantime. I'm gonna keep doing my art. I'm gonna keep doing the little things I can for myself, like dyeing my hair, because it's fun and it feels good. It makes me feel good and happy. And you gotta find those little joys when you can. So, even though we're tired and we are striving and sometimes thriving, I know we've got it in us to make these dreams happen. And that's why I'm here sharing all of this with you. Because I know I need to hear it. So I know you need to hear it. So I'm tired, but I'm hopeful. And I'm gonna keep going. And I'm not gonna stop until I make it to where I'm trying to get to. Not gonna stop until I've made it to my dreams. It's just who I am. I'm a fighter, and I'm not gonna give up. If I haven't given up yet, I'm not giving up. There's no way. There is nothing that is going to stop me from pursuing my dreams and doing what I feel like I'm meant to do here on this earth in this short little time that I have. Are you with me? Don't give up. You can do it. You are so effing strong. You are such a strong, brave, beautiful human being, and I cannot wait to see what you go on to do, what you go on to create. Let me know what your dreams are, and then I can keep encouraging you on your journey too. That's why I'm here making these videos, because I hope to be a light when all other lights go out. Lord of the Rings reference there for you. You're welcome. But hey, you're a badass. We got this. Let's go do this. Let's go do life. You're not alone. Keep going. So yeah, that's what's happening in this moment. We'll see what happens in the next moment. I'll talk to you so soon. And I really, truly care about you. Talk to you soon. Bye.